Hi everybody. Everybody knows, I guess, from other videos that the best period for propagating the Hydrangea plant is winter. So let's collect a few cuttings and I will show you how I do it. Maybe difficult to see, but here is a plant from which I will take the cuttings. This is a vanille fraise, in French, vanilla strawberry version because of its color. Sorry for the noise, by the way, because my neighbor is building their house, so they are working there with some kind of machines. So I will take as long as possible kind of cuttings. Normally it should be thick like a crayon, but I do not want to cut back that much my plant, so these will be in diameter shorter. So for example, you can see here one. I think this is the point when I want to come out the next year's flowers, so just above it I will cut it. This is one cutting. There's another one here, a long branch. I just cut it somewhere here, and then this is what I will continue with other plants, and I will collect a handful of cuttings. So here are my cuttings. Let's prepare them for putting into the soil. The reason why I'm making this small video is not very specific. This is just because looking at the other videos on YouTube, I have the impression that some people are thinking that behind making cuttings this is an art, or this is very difficult, or no one should start with a prior experience. So that I can deny completely. This is the most easy thing that you can do. The only important thing is and the trick is lying in the number of cuttings that you are making, because if you make 50, you can be absolutely sure that a few will survive. And anyway, who has those acres of land? Of course, there are some people, I guess, out there who can plant 50 hydrangeas in their garden if all the cuttings would be successful. So as you see, I cut as long as possible kind of shoots. Again, I would prefer that this would be a little bit bigger in diameter, but at the moment, or let's say last year, my plant was only giving me this kind of relatively weak shoots. But anyway, this is good enough to make small hydrangea plants with. Why is it long enough? Because then I can cut from the top, from the bottom as much as I want. So the first thing that you do, you're looking for a pair of, what's the name, bourgeons in French? I have no idea now suddenly what is it in English. You know, where the flowers are coming out from the plant, and just you cut across that section, because that is the area where normally the roots will come out. So you can see here, I just cut there where those areas are on the plant, and then I will shorten it to be something like this. So when you have something like this, then you can start to put it into the soil with some preparation before, if you want. If you don't want, nothing will stop the plant to make roots if it wants. Those are my favorite advices, like, oh, please pay attention which is the bottom part of the plant and which is the top part, because if you put it upside down into the soil, this will not root. Come on, if you are you want to do a little bit of gardening and you need this kind of advices, then I propose you to go and collect trading cards, for example, or follow other kind of hobbies, but do not try to be a gardener. You can use this stuff if you have. Absolutely not necessary normally with the hydrangea, for example. I haven't seen any major difference when I was trying to root the different varieties, whether I use it or not, but as I have it, still the box is half full, so I will use a little bit of rooting hormone on the plants. But let's follow the usual YouTube style of information session. So then you take your cuttings and you dip it a little bit into water. It has some water on the surface of the end bits, which you will toss inside of the rooting powder. This is very important. Look at this, how I'm doing it. You take the rooting powder, you push it in, because of the water, this is stick to the ends. You shake a little bit that the excess is coming off, and you have your cuttings completely prepared for planting. Whatever pot you have, you can use. Yeah, please use hardened pot, because hardened pot is your stuff will not root if you don't use this argil stuff like that. No, who cares? You can use whatever. You can take the boxes of the kefir what you have eaten, or the yogurt. So I just toss in some soil. This is by chance some kind of soil which remained from some of my repotting exercise what I have just done in the morning. I fill it up. Normally I would water before I stick in the stuff, but if you are not watering it, who cares? This is how professionals are doing watering. You know, the water is above the soil. You put it on, and the water, for whatever reason, like Newton's laws of gravity, goes through, as you can see on the bottom. It's already dripping. So when you have this soil a little bit water, moisture, let's say, then with another stick, I would propose, but you can do as you wish again. I like to make some pre-holes. Some pre-holes because then it's easier to put in, to stick in, you know, the cuttings, and while you are pushing it in, the soil will not remove all the rooting powder from the area where you have put it. So you see, little cutting with the rooting hormone. You do it. You push in all your cuttings into the soil, and then maybe a little bit you push around the soil of the sticks that they are in contact everywhere with the soil what you put into your pot. Again, I was not paying a single minute of attention of what kind of soil I'm having. The difference between the soil mixes, if you would use something very professional made for cuttings, etc., because potentially this is available in some markets, maybe the reason would be that out of 50 cuttings you would have a success rate of maybe 10 would root, and with the professional one 15. Hurrah, where is the problem? So maybe later during the summer season I will make for you an update video whether I was successful with this batch of cuttings. Sometimes I'm successful, sometimes I'm not. The only thing what I'm promoting to you guys, that if you would like to do gardening, if you feel yourself okay in the garden, you like your garden, you like to be a little bit dirty on your hands, etc., then go out and do it. Don't dare what the big experts are trying to sell to you with all the links in the comments and etc. You just take whatever you have at home, you toss in a little bit of soil, you toss in the plant, and hurrah. Maybe later I will show you how to plant a plant, which is, I've seen sometimes 25-30 minutes of videos about how to plant something in your garden. Fuck hell.